videos just turn into advertisements, so I don't give a fuck if you buy this dash camera or not. Actually, I don't want you to have a dash camera at all, because if everyone has a dash camera, eventually someone's going to record me committing a crime, you know, like, you having a dash cam's no good for me. You know, if I'm ever at fault or something, that SD card quickly disappears, and oh, that dash cam, that thing hasn't worked in years. I don't know what you're talking about. But this isn't going to be some gay dash cam review. I'm going to tell you the shit you need and the shit you don't need. The GPS is something you're going to want. I think the most important thing in the dash cam is probably having the clarity to read license plates. I don't know the numbers, like if it's 1,000 cars, maybe one has a dash camera. So the first dash cam I ever bought only recorded facing forward, and that's the one I had when I caught the VW dealership being unprofessional with the R32. And technology's changed a lot over the last 10 years, and we also moved to a free state, so I don't have to bring my car in for vehicle inspections, and we don't have to worry about mechanics abusing our stuff. And then the next dash camera I got recorded the front and rear, and I did some autocross and stuff with that, and I can put those files in here. I recorded some videos with a GoPro on the rear of the R32, so I'll put that in just to kind of compare. But that's going to be fisheye lens. Here's a funny story. When I worked at the turf farm, one of the salesmen wanted to get a dash cam for the sales truck because he's always driving and stuff. So he goes out and buys a GoPro and he shows up with it on the dash. And I had to explain to him that somebody's going to break your window out and steal that GoPro. I had all my dash cam close calls saved on this hard drive, but it got unplugged without being ejected. So I'm really having trouble right now, and I kind of got discouraged, because I wanted to be able to put those videos in here and show you like when the kid ran out in front of me. And then one day I saw a really good deal on eBay for a couple of Garmin Mini 2s. And I bought both of them and then I sold one. So it was like I got one for free and I was trying that and using it. And I don't know, I just didn't really like it. It was only recorded kind of like a narrow front facing view and it didn't have GPS and stuff. So I ended up selling it anyways and just making a little bit of money off of that deal. But thanks to the people at Pernis for sending me this one to try out. Kershaw 1600. Oh wow, it's a lot smaller than I thought it would be. I would say the Garmin Mini was like that big. Doggy. So the way this one works, the GPS is built into the mount. And I looked at like a lot of reviews and pictures to see how it worked. And it gets the signal, like, there's connectors in there, I guess you would say. But just looking at the instructions here, I can tell that this is going to be a good high quality camera because it's all English. And you really don't even get this on stuff in America anymore. Like, see, window cleaner, and then they have to put it in Spanish. That's so cool. This is what we need to go back to. Just all English instructions. Made in Taiwan. So we'll get the windows clean and get it installed. So I clean the windows, then I feel bad for making a video in my dirty car. So then I gotta clean the car out before I can install the dash cam. So we got the car a little cleaner, and I was just getting ready to set this up. So with dash cams like the Garmin Mini 2, it doesn't have the screen on the back. So you would have to download the app and look at your cell phone and then figure out where you want to place the camera. It says to use a class 10 or higher SD card, and it came with its own SD card, so pretty sure we'll be good there. So you wire it up with a hardwire kit if you're worried about like parking overnight and you want the dash cam to work all the time. But my car is usually parked here under the carport, so I'm not really worried about the parking cam. So this is the stuff that I don't like, having to put apps on my phone that I don't really want. It says Polaroid, which kinda, you know, I know what I'll do. I got two phones, so I leave one at home. I'll go get my other phone. Isn't it funny that my phone's recommending 2 dash cams and it's like, hey, you should buy this Cheapest Dashcam. You mean the one I got right here? Tracking my phone. So you gotta have a burner phone to put the account on, because I'm not putting some sketchy app on my phone. Use the tracking my phone. So it doesn't have the GPS coordinates and the speed on the camera display screen, but once you bring it up in the app, it does have the GPS coordinates and the miles per hour. They say you're not supposed to put any tint below your AS1 line right here. Measure the AS1 line, go double that. So if we didn't have the tint down so far, we could put the camera up more. You know, I can just look at the sun through that tint when I'm at a red light or something, whereas if you had this down, which is lower in your vision, like, what the fuck are we talking about here, right? Another one of those rules where it's like seatbelt laws, where you can ride a motorcycle and that doesn't have a seatbelt. Or like the highway patrol guy, when he said, no, it's good, you don't need to show me proof of insurance. And I told him I could show it to him on my phone, and then gave me a fucking warning for not having proof of insurance. When I told you I could show it to you on my phone. And you have to pay the highway patrol, and they won't even give you body cam footage, they'll give you dash camera footage. And they make it so tough to get the dash camera footage, like you can't just pay for it. You have to like get a money order and mail it in. You can't just pay for it online with your debit card. I want you to jump through so many hoops that you do like I do, and you're just like, ah, fuck it. Just another piece of shit highway patrol guy writing me a chicken shit seatbelt ticket when I have like a perfect criminal record, perfect driving record, just no officer discretion. And it's like, you wonder why the citizens don't respect the police officers. Because they're just looking for easy tickets. They're scared to fight real crime. It's pretty much just like I was guessing yesterday. So because my car, the outlets are always powered on even when the car is off and the key's out of it, that's why I have to unplug it and then plug it back in. But if your car only powers those outlets when the key's on, then when you shut the car off, the camera will just shut off, and then when you start the car, it'll turn back on. And for parking mode, you need the hardwire kit, but that's the same with pretty much all dash cams, even the Garmin. It says right on Amazon that the hardwire kit is required for the parking mode, so that's not their fault. I really appreciate getting a camera for free, so I'm not going to complain about them not sending the hardwire kit. So I was just hiding the wire for the rear dash camera, and you just tuck it up behind this trim piece here. It's pretty easy. And then run it along the back window. I used a couple of those little plastic things they sent just because, you know, use them if you got them. And there's so much extra slack that you could probably do a limo if you wanted to. I think that's how I'm going to solve that problem. Once you tie the wire up and just put it there, it's not really in the way. You'll never notice that's there. So that's what it looks like all done. And then you just hide the wire, and then you're left with this little tail that comes out of here. And then you just plug that in whenever you want. You still close your little door there. So I've been using this dash cam for about a week now, and it's pretty cool how it tells you when the car in front of you goes, like if you're at a red light and you're not paying attention. I was paying attention, but you know, I drive a stick shift, so you just got to give me more time than that. But I want to disable the lane assist. I guess if you're a girl, it might help you a lot, because you know, having the computer tell you what to do. But for me, it's kind of annoying. I love doing sketchy intersections like this where that car wants to go left and I'm blasting through there full speed.
Front car collision.
No, that was not a front car collision. We weren't even close that time. You need to mind your business, lady. So if you do want that driver assistance stuff to be accurate, when you set up the camera, you should do the calibration with your car and get like the horizon and the stuff right. I was more interested in what the camera can see and what looks good versus what the fucking artificial intelligence wants to assist me. So that's pretty cool. It's the first time I've had a dash cam that's going to remember the correct date and time. She's going to do the Scooby-Doo where she's on a mystery. See? And she holds her paw up. When I installed the dash cam, I washed the windshield, but you can see over there how dirty it is already. So that's something that you're just going to want to remember if you have a dash cam, that you might want to clean your window more often than you used to. I think that's why the dash cam was getting a little hazy, and maybe I couldn't read the license plates after I drove it in the rain that day. So I noticed the GPS speed was different than what my dash says. So my dash says I'm doing 60 right now in cruise control. The GPS speed probably says 57 or something like that. And I pulled up Google, and my car is wrong. I'm doing 57. So that explains why everybody's always passing me. It's been a couple weeks with this dash cam, and I'm sick of the driver assist, so I'm going to shut the rest of that AI stuff off. And I've already deleted the app off my phone, which is cool. You don't have to keep that app on your phone for the location or anything like that. I'm so excited to have the miles per hour in the dash cam videos now. Imagine how cool it would be if those autocross videos had the speed and you would know how fast I was going. But this is a top tier dash cam. I'd say, you know, like police quality. When you see the high speed chase videos and they have the speed and the GPS and stuff. I went all the way to town last night so I could film a clip to compare to the Garmin when I'm driving past Sonic and McDonald's and stuff with all the lights at night. And then I came home and deleted the file, so I'll drive to town again tonight just to finish this video. But just know the effort that went into this. So I'm going to put a couple clips here of just stuff that I've got with this dash cam since I've had it. It's really weird. I see all these cars with fake license plates and stuff, and this Honda Accord that has no business being on the road. You know, I don't want vehicle inspections, but that's what happens when people start driving around cars like that. This Honda Accord right here on the left, that's pulling a trailer. The fucking right or the left rear is completely smashed in. I wonder how good my dash cam got that, because we got him on the front cam and the rear cam. What the fuck are you doing? Like, what the fuck is that? This fucking Mustang pulls out and like stops in the road. Fucking dude, every time. Let's see how close I can get to him. No, you should definitely be allowed to wear your mask on your face when it's, you know, 90 degrees out. I should just be allowed to run into that guy and fucking knock him right off his scooter here. And then we're gonna be at the red light at the same fucking time! But, you know, we just have to live in the world with fucking criminals and low IQ retards. And we're the only one that has to follow the rules. Wow, congratulations to both of those cars. They got to the red light 4 seconds before me. Fucking retards. I want to get close enough to kind of see this paper tag on the fucking caravan.
Front car collision.
There's definitely a fake paper tag. And not to mention, it's on a car that is completely fucked up and like busted out window. I'm doing 45. The speed limit's 25. Just speed through town with your paper tag, man, because it doesn't matter. It's not legitimate anyways. Let's really get up close and inspect this paper plate here. SCDMV 2026. No expiration date or anything, just a paper tag that you could print out on your computer. Oh, Mercedes with a temp tag that's so faded you can't see it. That's definitely a legitimate car. You know, and they pass you in the right lane that's full of bumps.
Video protected.
But no, Highway Patrol's more worried about people not wearing seatbelts. Like, you couldn't get them for a seatbelt violation because the windows are so blacked out. Zero information readable on that tag. The Infinity coming up behind me, you know, out. The Infinity coming up behind me, you know, out. Wow, could have fucking called that How'd I know they were going to the same place? Weird. And let's also point out the lack of intelligence. That right lane where they passed me is completely fucked. Even the left lane's fucked to where I drift over to the left, in the left lane, to avoid those bumps. So it shows their lack of concern about that Mercedes, number one. And then to just turn a short distance later. Like, are you retarded? It would be really cool if I could put the video split screen, like the front and rear camera, but my laptop's just not capable. I've always wanted to do that with the autocross videos, but this is the same laptop that fell off the roof of the R32, so we're lucky just to make these videos on it. Hopefully you can see some sort of difference between my first cameras with the autocross and then the Cheapest Dashcam quality. It's tough for me with a busted up laptop, and I think my eyes max out at like 720p anyways, 1080 max. After 1080 it's all just a gimmick, but you know, it does do 4K, I guess, if you have something that plays 4K. So, very happy with my new dash cam. I think I found my forever dash cam.